Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. DeFi staking platform is back. Kind of. Sort of. Okay, listen, there's a lot to unpack here. This is crazy. I woke up this morning. I've got a video I've been planning for 2 days, and I kicked it off, and I thought, you know what? I need to share what I know, kind of unfold the story. And it's not so much that I know anything extra because I have no background information, but just I know that I follow this a lot closer than my viewers. And some of you are finding this very interesting, and some of you were a part of this. So I felt like I wanted to unpack the whole story, what I know, how it unfolded. And then I woke up this morning, and I got a notification, hey, DSP's coming back. And I thought, what? There's a whole community on Telegram that's pulling this all together. This is unbelievable. Like, this is crypto. Like, you cannot stop crypto. Are you hearing me? So let's just unpack everything that happened yesterday, where we're at today, and what's going on here. And I'll show you this craziness. This is a lobby. This is a working site. This is live right now, right this very moment. So let me just unpack everything. Last night I did a really quick video. It was late. It was 4 or 5 minutes long. And I just thought, let's just get this out there. I thought this morning I was going to wake up, kind of share the story, and then try to see if I can find some information on how to interact with the contract, because I'm not really good with that. But I did find a playlist. Shout out to Mindatron, who's got a playlist right here. I will link this down in the description. And this shows you how to stake DSP using the Tron scan on the contract, how to enter the DSP auction. And I thought, who would want to enter the auction? And then that was before I saw the website was back up. How to check DSP auction lobby using the contract, entering the DSP auction lobby token using Tron scan, and how to claim and cancel your stakes directly with the smart contract. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. Let me just back up and explain this to you. Let me just back up the story. So it's important for you to understand that when you have a project, many of you, this is going to be an excellent learning adventure. When you have a cryptocurrency project that's on a smart contract and you see a website like this, the website is just a front end. It's just a face. That's it. The website has a domain name. The website can be hosted. Let me kind of share this with you in a centralized standpoint. Let me back up. In a decentralized way, it's difficult to shut this down. It's very difficult. And I'm going to show you kind of what the devs did. And the original devs, and then we'll talk about what happened here. But let me back up and explain, if this was centralized, what would happen. So many years ago, I was a poker player. Was just an average, mediocre online poker player, but I played a lot. Some of you may find out that I get passionate and obsessive about certain things in my life. Like right now, it's very much cryptocurrency and YouTube. So back then it was poker. I would play 30, 40 hours a day, and I was basically a break-even player. In the course of a year, I lost $1,000, to give you an idea. I tracked my earnings and everything, or my losses. But I played for hours that year. Well, suddenly, it was called Black Friday. Some of you are aware of this. Some of you are not. The federal government basically somehow subpoenaed the domain names of like Full Tilt Poker, and I think the other one was Poker Stars at the time. And Friday afternoon, I go to log in. They called it Black Friday. You go to log in, and I'm on the right domain name, but there's a big seal here, basically the Justice Department. Because websites, your typical website lives on a server, and the only way to access that server is through a domain name. When they confiscate the domain names, they essentially can kill the business, or they can confiscate the server, and they kind of kill the business at that point. Now, Full Tilt Poker came back. They did have new domain names. They probably relocated servers. I don't know what all happened behind the scenes. But for all intents and purposes, the federal government made it very difficult from that point forward, almost impossible for U.S. players to play poker. And they practically killed the poker action. Full Tilt came back, but at the time when they came back, they would have like 5,000 or 10,000 players at any given time. At their height, before Black Friday, you'd log on, there may be 100,000 players at any given time. So they effectively really did hurt the online poker playing industry as an industry at large. Now, this is crazy. With the smart contract, it's a little bit different. smart contracts can be hosted on other servers. They can be backed up on various servers. I mean, like it's a little more decentralized. Now, hosting is still the weak spot for them, but there's a lot of different places you can host a smart contract. But once you host a smart contract, you can shut down the website. You can still interact. Everything is still functional. When they shut down Full Tilt Poker's website, there was no way for me to go to the server and play Full Tilt Poker. You can't do that. With a smart contract, you can go to the contract. You can go, that's what these videos are showing you. You can go to the contract and still get pretty much most of the functionality of the actual website. But here's what happened yesterday. Now, once you understand that, this is going to make a little more sense. And I had some commenters they were like, oh, I don't know if I believe this. The devs are scamming, yada. Anything's possible, ladies and gentlemen. Anything's possible. But what the original dev did yesterday when they were shutting this down, closing this down, showed that he was trying to he could not continue for some reason, but he was basically encouraging someone else, take this if you want to, do something with this if you want to. And let's go look at that. We'll get to this in a minute. Oh, actually, let's go to, let me open Telegram. Okay, so here we go. Let's recap. So the DeFi staking platform had been under DDoS attacks. Thank you for the subscriber who corrected me on that. DDoS attacks for almost since they started. There other YouTubers have made videos about it. I mean, almost every day they were getting attacked. They didn't really know who was attacking them at the time, but they were getting attacked by someone somehow, and they kept, overcoming it, etc. Then yesterday, we end up around the 8 o'clock time period is coming. Just before 8 o'clock, I actually went into the lobby a little bit heavier. The website was down. It came back up. I thought, man, the lobby's low. A lot of people aren't going to be getting in. I'm going to go in a little heavier. So I upped my 1,000 to 2,000 and really regretted it in that moment. I kept thinking I should have done 3,000 or 4,000 Tron because the lobby was quite low. So I wanted those cheap DSP tokens. And I kept waiting. I kept refreshing, thinking the site's got to come back up. But it looked totally dead like this, which it had done before. But usually it would try to load and just would never load. That's what would happen most often. And I kept waiting. The dev came in. Everybody was upset. And that's what people do. I mean, unfortunately, if you hang out on Telegram, you realize there's really a bit of a childlike mentality in there. Everybody, when it's going good, everybody's acting like the devs are literal gods, messiahs. Greatest project ever. You all are amazing. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm so lucky to be in this project. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Then the moment the site's down, no patience. In 10 minutes, the site's down. I knew it was a scam. These damn devs, yada, yada, yada. Can't believe it. The site's scamming. And they would be like, guys, it's just a DDoS attack. We're going to come back live. And they did every single day that it happened. And it literally happened almost every day except maybe the first day and the third or fourth day. It seemed like he got attacked every day. The dev came in at one point and was basically like, hey, he basically paused. You couldn't write in the group. He stopped. He typed up a message. And the message basically was like, calm down, quit being immature. And I can't find the message, so I'm just summarizing it. But it was a pretty strong message. We are working on this. We've worked on this every time. There's multiple components to this. DDoS attacks happen different ways. There's different, mechanisms in place to try to prevent this. And we're having to work through all this. We're going to work through all this. We're going to be getting the site back up. Calm down. We're working on it. Okay, cool. He unlocked everything. And everybody was chatting. And it was still, most people were okay. And a lot of people were still upset. But then probably, I don't know, maybe an hour later, I don't know how long, this message came up. And he said, unfortunately, we will not be able to bring the UI interface back up in the near future due to a security breach. Someone is upset with our success and is trying to undermine this platform. We will unfortunately be unable to host the UI until we discuss our position with legal counsel. Your funds are safe in the contract. We hope to have services restored as soon as possible. The contract is still viable and can be accessed via this link. So let's unpack this a little bit. We unfortunately will be unable to host the UI until we discuss our position with legal counsel. So I read through that and I thought, okay, they're saying they just can't host it, which tells me that the hosting account got hacked. And that means someone's gotten access to their identity. They could have either canceled the hosting account, which means they went in, pretended to be them, canceled it out, like deleted the account, shut down the account, just like you would if you were hosting your own website. They deleted it, or they're holding it for ransom. But clearly, he said, until we discuss our position with legal counsel, which means we've got to get lawyers involved. Something's been threatened. I mean, assuming that we're taking this at face value. I'm not saying, I don't know this developer. I know he's supposed to have a good reputation, but I don't actually know him. I don't think I've ever used any of his projects before. But taking what he's saying at face value. I mean, you can doubt it if you want to, whatever. He says your funds are safe in the contract. We hope to have services restored as soon as possible. The contract is still viable and can be accessed here. It's a smart contract. You access the contract on Transcan. Here's the link, right? So then you scroll down, and in a little while, he came back and he had this site. Use this website to exit all of your positions should you choose to get out. Basically, hey, there's nothing else is coming in the lobby right now, probably. If you want to go ahead and get out, don't feel like you're stuck here. You can get out. You just have to use this website. You don't have to get out. The contract is safe, but I don't want anyone to feel like they're locked in. This is the dev. See, this is a thing that makes him seem super believable right now, because I've never seen a dev exit and do this. Basically, your funds are safe, but you can get out if you want to. Hit cancel to get out of contract. Do this with the ones that you have div reward balances with. The site will only be up for the next hour. Again, your money is safe in the contract. It does not need to be exited. The site posted is safe. But it was only going to be up for an hour. And I got a video up about it, but by the time I got the video up, I mean, the hour was almost done. So it was up for only an hour, and that was basically to make it easier for people. Again, the site must come down in the next hour. Make your decisions on your positions. After today, you will have to interact with the contract directly. Now, here's another thing that made me feel like they legitimately had some sort of hosting issue. He didn't give an actual domain name. Most of you don't know this. I don't pretend to be a tech person. He gave the IP address. All IP addresses and domain names are typically connected to an IP address. If you know a website's IP address, you don't even need a domain name. So there was clearly another domain name here, most likely. He was using another hosting account that he has somewhere, and he didn't let us know what domain was there, but he put it on a subdomain called Stake. And he said it has to be up for an hour, which probably means he only had limited bandwidth on that domain. I'm guessing. I'm just totally guessing here. But what this did to me was corroborated this story here, that their hosting is what they were having trouble with for some reason. Keep going, and then he did something really interesting that I thought, wow. Again, the site must be down the next hour, and then you scroll down a little while longer, and look at this. He dropped the entire source code for the website. Now, I do not know how to use this, but I know what this is. This basically is, you can re-put up our website. Here's our website. Here's all the source code. He gave it to the world. Here it is. We can't host it. Basically, it's yours. Basically, take it if someone wants it. And I thought, wow, this is legit. Like, this definitely goes back to there's a hosting issue. There's a reason I can't do this, but it doesn't mean someone else couldn't do this. Of course, I didn't think it mattered. I'm like, who's going to pick this up? It's pretty much dead anyway. And I pretty much ended all of my positions at the time. I even ended the ones stupidly. I even ended the ones that didn't have stakes because I didn't know if I was going to be able to interact with the contract. I thought, just get out. Like, that's in my mind. It was just like, get out, get out, get out. And I just got out of everything. And I went to, with that being said, that was pretty much it. Nothing else came after that. 15 minutes before site closes, 10 minutes, 5 final minutes. And then I don't think we heard anything else out of there. Yep, nothing else. And then this morning, I wake up and I'm like, hey, it's back. I'm like, what? This is my stake from yesterday that I never collected. And they've already got 715,000. This is nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts. Now, I'm going to probably just sit back and watch what happens to see if volume comes in. And I mean, this is really crazy. But someone's literally put this back up. Look, divs pay out. It connected the wallet. This is my stake from yesterday. I'm told everything. By the way, there's a Telegram group. You can go in and talk with these guys. There's a Telegram group. I don't know exactly who they are, and I don't want to give away the identity of even the people who told me about it, because clearly someone's trying to attack people personally. But this is crypto. Like, if you can't really get to a personal individual, you can't stop the machine. This is what's so incredible about cryptocurrency. So here's the thing. Your past dividend accruals, they couldn't pull that over. So if you go look at your past stakes in history and you're like, how much have I earned? The stakes are still there. They're still earning, but they're saying that you can't see how much they've earned, but they are still there and they are still earning. If you were to exit, you would get your earnings or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. But this is one way to function, and this does look functional. I was messing around with it, clicking around with it, the whole 9 yards. It is on a different domain name. You have different referral links and everything because it's on a different domain. But here's the Telegram group. DeFi staking community platform, new domain name. This is what a smart contract. So this is what smart contracts are all about. This is what smart contracts are all about. If the team dies, the smart contract lives on with a new body. Thanks to the community for all their effort. So this is crazy. This is what this is what crypto is all about with smart contracts. So yeah, I'll put a link down below. I'm not telling you to go in it. It's just very interesting. Like it's if nothing else, it's just interesting from a cryptocurrency standpoint. So I'll put a link to this. I'm gonna down in the description. I'm gonna send a link to this actual Telegram group. I'm gonna I'll have a link here, and I'll have a link to the playlist to interact directly with the smart contract. This will be a great learning experience for a lot of you to be able to understand what a smart contract is, to try to interact with it directly for the very first time. Confirm. I mean, they show you how to enter the lobby. I encourage you to go enter the lobby on the smart contract and then come over here and confirm that indeed you're entered into the lobby, so you can kind of see how that works. It's a great learning experience overall. And again, I'm just going to watch this thing. Like that's just me. You do you, boo. I'm going to do me. But it's unbelievable to watch. It's definitely very, very interesting. Let me know what you think down in the description about all of this saga. It's pretty crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it at the end of almost every video, and I think this just proves the point. Crypto equals freedom. You can't stop crypto, at least not very easily. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.